not even went anywhere for dinner. We just brought it in and never stopped talking about, what we foreseen. I mean, we're working with Styline. I mean, we're talking infrastructure on 64, wanting to widen it, make a turning lane, because when people come in, you gotta give them something or they're not gonna turn off that road. They're gonna keep going. We're looking, Rich and Brian have already had plans, once you come by Huntingburg, you're gonna wanna go in there to see what's going on in there, just because of what you see coming into Huntingburg. That you have to get something. You got to get an eye stopper. If you look like every small town, you're not going to get anywhere. You got to have something that's going to draw them people that says, "I like this place."
You employ a lot of Spencer County citizens up there.
I mean, we've got to.
We want them to be able to get to work.
I mean, first thing we did was Janet was really busy with finding out. I want to know how many surrounding counties people work in surrounding counties come to Dubois County in our city and work. I want to know how they're doing. I mean, I don't have to know the numbers, but I want to know how they're doing. Is production up? Is production down? What do we need as far as infrastructure to help people get in town? Or if a disaster or something would happen, how are these people getting out of town? How can we make the flow of traffic go? And Brian and I, we've been working on some of that long-range plans for when this 231 does come. What streets are people going to try to take to get them the fastest way on the other side of the tracks or this way? So it's, we haven't fell asleep at the wheel here, but, like I said, I can't emphasize it enough. We haven't been silent. I mean, we're like a dog. We've locked onto this, and we're not letting go of this 231.
We just mentioned last week I was at Westgate there at Crane, meeting with some of the Alliance manufacturers, and they want more manufacturing, high-tech concerns to come in there. So we meet again on February the 4th, and we're working to find those companies that want to come there and build the workforce in that area. I believe that we can tie them into this area down here and force it from both ends.
Well, actually, even farther north, Purdue University is the big dog, and nobody's even spoken this. As far as I know, Purdue University has no inkling in Lafayette that 231 could be connected. And I can't imagine a bigger lobbying force in the state, with the exception of IU, as Purdue University. So we probably should be thinking in terms of letting them be aware of what could happen, if this all comes that way. And, the other thing is that we're talking motor freight and we're talking commerce, but tourism is huge. And it's, you got I-69 coming from Canada to the Gulf of Mexico, and I think Furman and I were on that board. They were talking about it would attract 60% of the commerce generated in the United States. And that was 10 years ago they were talking that. So we're talking commerce, we're talking tourism. It's a big deal. And you hit the nail on the head a while ago, and rail is right there with it. So
is there anybody here who thinks it's a bad idea not to reach out and go as far as we can up there? I mean, Paul, what do you think? I mean, should we bring in West Lafayette into this discussion?
Well, I'll be there. We're working with West Lafayette, with Ivy Tech. We've got campuses in several places up and down there, so we definitely want to be connected. It's a whole lot better drive that way.
sure.
They're in the long-range plan.
Yes.
I think we need to expand on farther south and get Bowling Green involved too, because that's the whole
Well,
Western Kentucky
if you're going to, how about Bowling Green? If you that's one of the
What we have down here is another anchor, that's the Interstate 66 corridor, that'll be up on Bowling Green, making a turn at Ohio County going west. It'll probably go to Missouri, but, originally it was supposed to go to 66, but it's another asset that we have, it's
Could,
not 66.
It's something, when you're promoting it, it gives you something to talk about.
Could Huntingburg sponsor a meeting on a vision of 231 in your
Wouldn't be bad to combine it with
and then let Gene talk about what we've talked about. And I'm serious. Gene can talk about the longer term.
We would, NDOT would, I'm sure, would be interested in the meeting, but as for that meeting on the 4th, I probably wouldn't
wouldn't want to combine that one, but make it a
Because-
separate meeting.
there again, I'm assuming you're talking in short-term and long-term
Well,
visions.
yeah, and the short-term lobbying
Planning
is the help that the
so-
231 can bring to Huntingburg and other cities. But the longer-range vision is something that has been needed, and I think it would energize this whole effort and bring more clout to it.
You know, it wouldn't be inconceivable. It would not be inconceivable for the governor to participate.
I mean, it's his
he
vision. We're going
mentioned
to throw it back and say, Governor, you brought it up, we're just following through on what you said.
Yep.
The only thing with all this, and keep in mind that, you know, we have to be somewhat realist in realizing, as I mentioned earlier, the challenges that's out there in the future for the funding situation. So planning is an essential, whether it be short-term or long-term, you have to have planning. But also, you just like when I go and balance my checkbook, I got to realize, you know, I have a vision. I'm going to drive a new Mercedes next year, but reality comes and sets. So as long as everybody understands that.
Don't you have some more wealthy friends in Spain and Australia?
Not in the banks, not in the banks.
Good idea.
You know, those guys that took flights with little bags.
Guys, I'd like to throw this out. And Tom and I sat down with the director of Region 15 about trying to find shovel-ready projects, assuming money would come down from the federal government. And this is the biggest imperative that Barack Obama has today is we got to spend some money. I mean, he is desperately trying to find money, or trying to find. He'll write the check. The money's going to be there. He's got to spend it, and he's looking for shovel-ready projects. And I'm thinking, the volume of money that he needs to spend, there's not enough shovel-ready projects in America to go around. And I think when they get to that level, they're going to say, okay, extend that out. We need to spend some more money on infrastructure. And this is where I'm thinking our opportunity lies in that second level. When they come back and say we need to throw some more money at this project, and Calvin, that's what I'm saying. They're not going to try to micromanage this from Washington D.C. They're going to tell the state of Indiana, here's some money. Go spend it.
Well, Gene, I want to pick up on that. I think it's important that we all at this table let our local legislators know. According to the conversation me and Annette had earlier today, we got to plug our local. Hill's office was here today, but also our Representative Stillwell. Exactly. All of our local guys. Let them know where we're at and what we're wanting to do, because they're the ones that actually do control the purse strings that NDOT has and that Calvin has to come out and do these projects. So we need
Is there
to.
a position paper in place?
I'm sorry?
Is there a position statement in place that we can use for that?
See, we're,
That's
the problem.
if I may, that's where you need to be. You
Yes.
need to have all of your reasons why this is necessary, not why you want it, but why it is necessary, and why it is the lifeblood that you're going to be operating from, not just in the next couple of years, but for the next 100 years. And you need to have all this put in writing, and you need to make a multi-attack at every level, from your local governments, which you have online right now, but extend out to your neighbors that are going to be on that same corridor going north and south. And you need to talk not only to the locals, but your state representatives and your federal representatives, and make sure that they all know that you need this. And it's a desperate situation.
It's a regional thing, though. I mean, it is, and you're absolutely right. The further, it really says Chicago to Atlanta, practically. And the more tie-in that we can get, the more federal clout we accrue. And this mission statement, I think, that's a great idea. And I think you get everybody that you can possibly find to sign up.
Because if we can get local businesses, I didn't realize until I became mayor, and it's just not because I'm mayor, I've actually told my firemen, police and fire, you go to the State House. They just showed in the Herald last week. they showed two gentlemen standing in a window at legislation, watching legislators. And when it said in there, it actually told them in there, what I've been telling people the whole time. You can go up there, say, I want to see Russ Stillwell, I want to see Mr. Young, I want to see Barrett Hill if he's up there. Anybody you want to see, there's a gentleman right there at the room. You tell him, I want to see this guy here. Okay, wait a minute. He'll go in and pull him out. If he's not voting, every one of them will come out and talk to you. And they'll get back with you. I mean, you can ask Janet, I thought, I never dreamed it would be this easy. And they actually get on it, like the House Bill 1001. Mayor Schmidt and I mean, we've been up there, and I mean, practically lived in the legislature. You thought we was a legislator on this House Bill 1001, and they'll come out, and if they're needed in there, somebody will come and say, hey, they're voting on a bill, you need to get in. He'll say, wait. He'll go in, do his voting, come right back out. I have not once had to ask anybody to go back in and get anybody. If they go in and vote, they automatically come out and finish their conversation. And if they don't agree with you, they'll tell you there. And I've even asked Mr. Stillwell, I said, why did you vote for this? And he told me his reason. It sort of made some sense. I didn't like it, but it's whoever yells or whoever, we've got to get more people that want it than don't want it. Because we could have all these homeowners on this whole project go up there. And they don't have to go up there the same day. They can say, hey, I'm going up today, you go up tomorrow. And each and every day, the whole 5 days they're up there, or 4, if they keep hearing this, they're going to think they've been hearing it for a month.
But
you will be heard.
She's right on track. We need a
But you have to have legitimate
rationale.
reasons.
We need a vision. We need to have it to where it makes sense. It's understandable rather than if we're talking.
It's not just a wish list.
Yeah, and that's not going to get very far with those guys. You go ahead. Well, I got to something. But
I promised these people I'd get this.
Right.
Yeah.
We have got to do a little bit better job of packaging the larger vision. And talk about the short-term aspects. Can we expedite these short-term aspects? Can we make that part of the economic package? And those are legitimate questions. I think the governor's
our
asking those
airport,
things.
that's economical.
Absolutely.
But the overpass, I'd put it more into public safety than I would. Because, I mean, I've
those are
got an
legitimate
argument for
turn
both of
shovel
them.
projects that could be done to stimulate our economy right now and help you guys. And those are things that we can ask in the short term. But we need a better lobbying effort of what our totality is. And everybody's got visions, and Gene speaks to it extremely well. But we've never put together anything beyond. We've been pretty effective, but not as effective, say, as I-69 has been, because they had a longer range, more.
Just special.
Yes, but I think that we're every bit as important to the economy of the state as what 69 is, maybe more, because of the manufacturing of what Paul's talking about.
Well, Furman, you pointed out to me 10 years ago that 231 goes from the Great Lakes to the Gulf of Mexico. That's as far as I-69 goes, I mean, and the road's there. I mean, most of 231 is there. And so what we're looking for is just a short segment to complete this whole
Let's put a
vision.
message together and go get a loudspeaker.
Well,
Tell it off and tell
those
it
are
well.
questions I'll bring back to you. Is there something that the workforce can, is there something, what components can we pull together to make
They
it?
certainly have their voice to say what they need. But somebody in this group here probably is the right person, and maybe it's you, to put together that paper, and we all give you input and say, here's what segment we'd like to have in it. If you can clean up the wordsmithing and have the mayors, start to endorse, and let's just go up the line.
Exactly.
Do a Pony Express up and down there.
Well, let's get what do you say we form a committee, a working committee on this? And I would, I've been involved in a sod farm for 31 years. I'm shutting the business down. and I have a little bit of time on my hands, and I'd head up this group if people want to participate, because I wouldn't want to be the only person.
I would like for you to work with the city of Huntingburg and in their offices. I would, and forgive me, I'm just saying, I'm looking at the administrative arm of this and the offices of the 231 Coalition. I'd kind of like it being housed in Huntingburg, if that's, am I out of line in asking that?
No, I think it's the next logical step. Because
It is.
It's the next,
Because
it's the next
it's just
section.
like
that-
a stairs, you gotta go one at a time.
Yeah.
You guys you get your vision, and then it should probably shift maybe to Lagodi or
Yeah, I think
someplace.
Lagodian and Crane and Lafayette would all be on board.
But I would,
All right, oh, great.
I would like for Gene to work with Paul and you guys in Huntingburg and
Gene, let me down.
Okay.
and
Do you have a
bring
business
in the
card?
next,
You gave me one, I got it.
and put together, what she said was wonderful. I wish I had it on tape. Maybe she's got it on tape. What's the news? That's what we need. We need a long range, a medium range, and a short range.
And reasons for it.
And reasons for it, and maybe what can we expedite, what can we take advantage of at the time with the federal government, what's the sexy thing? And I think we do have some shovel-ready projects, and, see where she goes. And I think and I guarantee we need to challenge the governor. We need to challenge him because this is his vision, and Governor, we're not doing it, and I'll do that to him.
Yep. Yeah, he brought it up.
He brought it up, you brought it up, so we're just citizens out here following your lead, and, he's a pretty square guy. I mean, he'll appreciate that, I think. And then I think at some point when we get down where we're pretty well organized, I think it's time to go talk to him.
Well, he understands, especially what the roads are like, because he's rode down there in southern Indiana several times, not only in his car, but also on a motorcycle.
Yeah.
I mean, he knows the need for it and how it'll affect the economy.
He
And
really
He
understands
knows what we
commerce.
have down there. We've got a lot to offer.
He understands commerce.
Did I miss anybody on the signing? Everybody sign in?
Tom, can we,
I'm gonna take this and then send it to everybody, then everybody will have a copy of it.
thank you, excellent.
17 folks here.
Okay, right now, Paul Metcalf? Yes, sir. Okay. Gene Steinkamp, and I apologize, I've got business cards, but I don't have them with me. Mayor Belcher, Kurt, that's you, right? Who else would like to be part of this?
John White.
Yep, okay. And I kind of suspect Owensboro will probably like to, they are very much part of this project, so. Yeah.
And I can
right.
get Mayor Schmidt on board also.
Good. Ask him if he has someone there that he would like to be part of this inner workings group. Because that's probably what we need to do, is sit down, do some brainstorming. Ma'am, and you said your name, but I don't remember. Annette.
Council.
Would it be appropriate for you to be part of this? Or would this compromise your position?
I would be glad to participate as an observer, and also part of my job is to be a citizen's advocate.
Yes.
So I am more than happy to carry your message anywhere I can.
Great.
Good save.
Thank you. And I would say that we probably will meet somewhere at your liking up there. I think that's.
We have several places there in Huntingburg that we can meet.
Okay, excellent. So,
Such a class outlet.
That's where the guys sit out in lawn chairs and the women go in and shop. We're trying to get them comfortable seats out there.
well, is there anything else? Yeah, is there anything else that anybody needs to?
I think when you guys get something together, call another meeting, what do you think?
Yeah.
I think that's what we need to do is, kind of get our timelines together so that, we have great ideas, but nothing's ever happened. We need to.
And I think we'll be doing a lot of emailing and then some face-to-face, but we can probably do a lot of this over email, cell phones, or whatever. And,
Once we get enough information, then meet and go over it and make sure where everybody's on the same page. We're not going here or here.
right.
That way we've got an agenda.
And hopefully by the near future, we'll have knowledge of what the stimulus package criteria it involves by then, so.
Well, it can be, it could be the best thing ever happened to the 231 coalition. Because no matter where the money comes into the state, if it comes into the state of Indiana, it's, what was it John F. Kennedy said, when the tides rise, all the ships rise with it. If the money goes into I-69, it's got to free up some money for somewhere else.
Yeah, that major moves money is already in the bank.
Yes.
So if I-69 supplements that, then this 50 million that's allocated on the first two phases and the 220 million that's right now unfunded could be funded.
Could be funded. Yeah.
Guys, I gotta run.
Okay.
Okay, thanks a lot. Okay, well, if there isn't any